Hey guys. Good evening everyone. Hello, hello. Hey Chaos Man, Kobolds and Catacombs. That is indeed the name. Here we go. This is still wrong. Cushing walls. It's too late to change it now. That's okay. Cushing walls is pretty funny. I guess we'll leave the cards up for now. We'll see. New expansion hype. Yeah, Andrew608, how's it going? Hey, Applesan. Hey, Pete. Hey, Mr. Swedenstein. Hey, John T. Sobel. Hey, MTG Mite. Regis, what do you think of the KNC animation compared to the previous Hearthstone expansion animations? I personally didn't like the C&K cinematic. No, I thought it was fine, man. I like the song. I mean, just it was. I will say it was very, like, you know, singularly thematic. Like, most of them have had, like, a lot of different kinds of artwork and scenes and stuff. Or kind of a diversity of card arts and stuff that showed up. That one felt a little more focused or narrow in some ways, I guess. Maybe that's what you didn't like, I don't know. It's hard to say, but I can see why someone might not like it as much, but I liked it fine. I thought it was okay. What was the problem for it with you, Chaos? I'm curious. Hey, Cristal. Hype indeed, man. Hey, Ivry. Hey, Fizzybro. Hey, Jumpy. Hey, Captain Tars. Congrats, Captain Tars, on the Title T Tournament Championship. I don't think I ever got to tell you. Congratulations, but well done, man. You beat me, and then you won. So as far as I'm concerned, that means I got second place. Pretty sure that's how math works. Pretty sure. Hey Jumpy, if I didn't say it. Hey Ajax. Hey Laden225. Do you think this expansion will be better than Frozen Throne? You know, it's hard to say. Frozen Throne has a lot of very, very good cards. And a lot of very, very bad cards. And not as much in the middle, I don't think. But I have a feeling, based on what we've seen so far, it feels to me like, so far, that... I kind of think Kobolds might have more in-the-middle cards. Like, a lot of the cards we've seen so far feel like just could be good in this deck, or occasionally not, like, meta-defining, or one-ofs. There's no, like, Lich Kings or Keleseth-style cards I've seen yet. Of course, we didn't think Keleseth was very good when it debuted, so that may not mean anything anyway. But, man, our hand feels weird right now. I mean, Serenite Chain Gang just dies to the Priest of the Feast. I can Soulfire, but that feels really bad too. I don't have any discard. Well, I can Malkazar's into Soulfire, I guess. It's 2 mana though, that only leaves me a 3. I don't know. Let's just play this and play a Firefly. And we'll just lose to Dragonfire Potion soon. Forget what I was saying. Had a line of thought there about cards or something, but I don't know. It's okay. Are there any rewards for dungeons? No. The only reward, and this was just confirmed. Oh boy, Shadow Horror is particularly bad. The only rewards that are going to be for dungeons are specifically... I don't have anything I want to do here. They are specifically going to just be the card back after you beat it with all 9 classes. There are no individual rewards per dungeon run. That was just confirmed on the Q&A. Somebody asked that same question on the Q&A. Hey, Zayleek, how's it going? Hey, the wizard guy. What do you think of the new PvE content? Apparently we won't be getting packs for beating bosses. That's right, we will not be. Yeah, good timing on that one. I think it looks cool. I'll do it some. I'll try it. I want to see kind of all the different, you know, iterations and different kinds of interactions and stuff. That looks awesome. That's tough. If we'd hit the bone marrow and the fledgling, we'd be in a solid spot, I think. We will let's tap first, because we don't want to discard that bone marrow. Ugh, well, I don't want to discard that either, but crap. Gotta be these guys. Cool, perfect. His prediction was wrong! Let's just lose to Dragonfire Potion soon. I said soon. It was 2 turns later. How's that, Regis, you have 10 minutes from watching the live Q&A. Convinced me to stay here. No, you should watch at least the Q&A wasn't really that interesting. It was all kind of PR talk. There's nothing that you wouldn't You know, it's all stuff you would expect to see anyway. You won't feel like you've gained much by watching the actual Q&A. We really want to really want to hit Soulfire here. We could have bone married and just taken the trade, but I'm being greedy, a little greedy. Come on, come on, Soulfire. Come on. That actually helps as well. At least we get the Bone Mirror. Or, I mean, not the Bone Mirror, the... Oh my god, I hit a Wind Fury and a Fledgling on the first go. That is absolutely unheard of for me. I'm actually going to take Poisonous here, because he's going into his Anduin turn, and this is a 4-4, and a Priest can't kill a 4-4 when he's already Dragonfire Potioned. We don't need a second Wind Fury, so Poisonous is actually the best. I'd rather have, like, Stealth or Taunt or whatever, but... what was I saying? Oh, the Q. You need to watch the arena cards part of the Q&A. They basically revealed 27 new potential cards for arena, and picked 9 of those to be added into the arena at a future undisclosed date. But it was really cool seeing kind of the cards that we've never seen before. So go watch it, Waving. I would encourage you not to stay here, in fact, to go watch it if you have access. What is that garbage? Obliterate? Ugh. All this energy wasted for nothing. It's pretty sad. My health total is pretty horrifying, but I maybe should have traded for the sake of Anduin, because now you can Anduin and trade. And be a pretty good spot. And my health total is just horrifyingly low for that. We can Councilman into Dreadlord next turn. It's a pretty good board. Maybe he just doesn't have Anduin and we win. We'll see. I'm playing Warlock right now, guys, because I need to do the quest. Or a quest. I have Warlock cards quest. Chaos says, one thing I didn't like about the new cinematic was how they tried to make the Kobolds scary. That felt a little odd. I usually don't really fear Kobolds. Also, I didn't really like the animation itself. It was very meh. Especially in the beginning where it just shows a bunch of tunnels, while other expansions cinematically such as KFT have cool-looking, enticing pictures. Yeah, I think the reason for that was Chaos. I don't know if you saw this. You might have missed it. It was pretty easy to miss, in fact. Wow. Resummoned the Lich King. That is some lucky stuff. I think the reason for that was due to the 3D effect they had. They had like a 3D version of it, if you noticed. I'm sure that's why they went that route. To make it look more 3D or whatever. Or to emphasize the 3D at least. Since I got that golden Deathwing, I'm currently rank 7 with Big Druid, winning lots of games. Nice, Captain Tars. Yeah, it's a fun deck. I was winning a lot with it last season. I think I played Big Druid up to rank 1 last season. I feel like Dungeons will be awesome content, but it's a drag that there's only a card back. Crap, guys. I think we're dead. Yeah. Man. Tough. If you hadn't got the Lich King, we would have just won, probably. But Lich King was a little too much for us. And Doomguard off the Glimmerroot, that's nuts. Well done, man. Tough. He had everything he wanted every time. It's pretty rough. All the good AoE removal hit the right spots. New Warlock Legendary looks like 400 dust. It's way too slow. Don't let Waving It Fat hear you say that. Oh, you mean the WoW one. Oh, sure, Waving. Yeah, you're into WoW, man. Go do that, too. Why play 1 mana 30-30 and never fatigue when you can play a 41 mana, destroy your opponent's deck and get a 10-10? Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna do a video about, I will be making it. Is this the same guy? It matters. I don't think it is. Oh, it is the same guy. Okay, so we know he's Raza. Okay, we can keep this. I don't have a deck list tonight, Wizard. We still got kind of new cards to talk about, I feel like, so I want to leave the cards up, and the deck list obviously won't fit when there's like a million new cards on the screen, which is always very confusing during the mulligan phase, by the way. I recognize just how horrifying that can look. Alright, he's going to Shadow Word Pain this, right, and we're going to play the Fledgling after and be good to go. Legendary weapons. The only legendary I need to craft for next season is Harrison Jones. Oh, hey! Cool. That's not so bad. Alright. Well, we can trade both these in. It's lucky that wasn't something big. I don't really run that many big things in my deck, but could have been something big, for all he knows. Well, he's good Potion of Madness, but that was gonna happen anyway. We didn't have a way to play around Potion of Madness, so the taunt doesn't really protect, right? Like I said, that's a good Potion of Madness. We could have played nothing, I guess, actually, would have been the one way to play around Potion of Madness. This is some garbage, man. This guy is hitting every card on time. He never has the dead stuff. Jeez, man. I just don't know if I can beat that. Every time on time. He hit like all the AoE last time. The Shadowed Horror last game was insane. Then the good Dragonfire Potion. I think you're the Ginger Jesus Regis. Thanks, Polar Bear. Aha! I thought Volley looked more fun than Deadeye. Yeah. I thought the other one actually looked more fun. The first one, I forget what it did. But they were all pretty cool. What do you think about the new WoW cinematic? Yeah, it was cool. Really good. I always love WoW cinematics. Like, of course, you know, they're amazing. So, I was certainly on board. Regis, will you experiment the Mare and the Fox on Monday? Yeah, definitely. Let me actually check my schedule. I'm not sure if I'm only streaming Monday morning or Monday night, or if it's going to be out. What is Monday? The 6th? Yeah, I'm probably only going to be streaming in the morning. I don't know if I'll have time. I don't know if he'll be out by the morning time. Like, usually he comes out, like, on the patch time or whatever, you know? So I may not be able to pull that off.
Aha!
I'm just not happy with any of my plays right now. I feel like everything I'm doing is bad. Feels like every play we've made is a bad play. Because this 3-3 is just still here. It's just hanging around. Doing its thing. It's now gonna kill a Doomguard. It's getting frustrating.
Aha!
Oh, Acid Train is hosting you for up to 10 viewers. I'm way behind on chat. Oh my god. Acid Train, folks, thanks for hanging out, though, if you're still here. That was 4 minutes ago. Apparently I'm about 4 minutes behind on chat. We haven't seen a good Legendary Warlock minion in so long. It's truly honest. We had, like, 2 of the best ever. Well, still one of the best ever with Jiraxis. And it's been a long time since then. That's for sure. Red Meth says, Acid Train just hosted you. I've never seen you before, but I might come back. Well, thanks, Red Meth. Don't forget about old Acid Train, though, in the meantime. I don't also know who Acid Train is, but I appreciate it. I feel like Acid Train has been on stream before, but in the context of streaming, at least, I don't remember ever watching Acid Train, I should say. Norcall! New rogue hero weapon is out. Is it? I saw a leak on a legendary minion that was definitely fake, but I don't think there's been any rogue weapons, and in fact they said they weren't going to release any new cards. So I would be surprised to see that. You might be looking at the dungeon weapon that's not a rogue weapon. Oh crap, whoops. Whoopsie. Wavings on a power trip about Ren. That's pretty funny. Is Regis slow on chat? I'm slow on chat. I'm way behind. If anyone wants to know what cards to craft early next expansion, just watch Trump's review, and if he calls it a 1-star card, then craft it. And if he calls it a 5-star card, then dust it. That is hilarious. I love it. Don't crap on Trump too hard. Hey, this guy's Toasty. How's it going? Q&A started. See ya, people. See ya, Wavy Man. Have a good night. Again with the Lich King, man. Ugh. I'm just gonna silence it this time and push through. Just don't have the luxury of dealing with it at the moment. Also kind of like denies him from playing Anduin if he wants to keep the body around. We know he has Shadowword Horror in his list because we just played him last game. So this is maybe going to die for free. These might die for free. But we'll see. If not, they give me extra bone mirror bodies. It's going to be hard to win again, though. What with Dragon Soul, do you think Dragon Priest will make a comeback? No, I mean, even if it did, I don't know that you could rightfully call it Dragon Priest. What about it would make it a dragon deck other than the fact that it summoned dragons? In other words, there are no other like real dragon synergy cards available. You know what I mean? Like there's no other, without operative, other cards that trigger off of dragon effects. I mean, I guess there is Bookworm, technically, but that's about it. I think we'll just split our stats as much as possible here. He weapons and trades here. He's at 4 health. He trades here. We have quite a bit of damage left in hand, maybe. We still have 2 Soulfires in the deck as well, so we might actually get there this time. We also might just be dead again. He's clearly got an Anduin somewhere in that deck. This could be the turn to cast it as well. Velen's Spirit Lash is brutally good heals, needless to say. It does disrupt his plan a lot. I wonder if he ever goes face here with the Lich King. Puts me down to 6 health. Could be pretty good. He's going to get a lot of minions back, but he's... What has he killed so far? That Flame Elemental is going to come back really weak, which is nice. It's not coming back in any sort of significant way. Wow, the heal on Lich King is brutal! That's so good. Oh man, we can clear his board, but like I guess I can Bone Marrow a Darkshark Councilman, but then as soon as he draws Anduin, we lose. Okay, thinking about it. Alright, settled. Chat, I'm still so far behind. Chat, I'm so far behind. I'm so sorry, chat. Sometimes when I say chat, I feel like it sounds like I'm saying Chad. Like, Chad, I'm so far behind. Hey, Reedus, just finished your Kobold card reviews. Hope you enjoyed it, Phoenix. Reedus, has my sub gone through? Man, I sure didn't really see any, like, sub notification, I hate to say. But you look subbed, like it has a sub icon for you, so I don't know. I didn't have time to watch the Hearthstone Invitational. I'm sorry, guys. I would have, but it's just been a very busy 2 days. I noticed depending on the time of day I'm playing, it has better odds than others. I think it's the kids versus adults. Man, I don't know what we're talking about, but the time of day you play in Hearthstone definitely is influential. There's no question about that. It can make all the difference in the world. The meta changes, players' mentalities change. It's a completely different world depending on what you play. Like when I play late at night, it's so more control oriented than aggro oriented for whatever reason. I don't know why that is exactly, but I guess we have to kind of tap. I don't know. It's really bad, of course, but if we take these to 4/5s, doesn't really change much. If we take this guy to 7, it doesn't really change much. We can't kill Lyra anyway, so we're probably just dead. Anduin is obviously going to be close to lethal anytime. Mind Blast is close to lethal anytime. Holy Fire plus Holy Smite is what's going to actually be the thing that kills us, though. Or that. What dungeon item do you think is the coolest? Well, stay tuned to my YouTube channel. I'm actually going to make a video about that. I have 2 videos planned. Some of the passive dungeon treasures and some of the dungeon cards, ranking them from best to worst, which I anticipate will come out tomorrow. So stay tuned. It's going to be fun talking through that, because there are some pretty crazy cards. 41 mana, destroy your enemy's deck. You're going to trigger some people, some mods. That's okay, though. Please do. Better players at night. I don't know if it's better or worse, necessarily. I actually have to say that I think I rank up the most successfully whenever I stay up late and grind out games. So, I'm not sure it is better at night, or maybe it just fits my playstyle better. I don't know. I'm way behind all the dungeon stuff. Do we actually get any rewards? No. Just the only reward is a card back for beating it with every class. Hey, Regis, how long abouts will you be streaming? Rachel, the number one variable is how I feel. But I would anticipate at least a few hours, a couple hours, 2 to 3 hours at least. Regis, I'm looking forward to playing Warlock in the new expansion. That Azari the Devourer looks dope, but I don't know if it's viable. It looks too slow. I personally think it's a little too slow, Young. But we'll see. Andrew608 also ranks up faster at night. It's nice. What deck would you recommend for getting higher in rankings? Zoo Warlock, Prince Rogue, Token Druid, Big Druid, Jade Druid, Big Priest, Raza Priest. All of those are completely viable. So it's honestly up to you at this point. What you think might be your favorite to play. There's a lot of good decks right now. A lot of viable decks. I don't really think any of those are like a gap in the meta or some like secret deck that's gonna like propel you up with the ranks. I think just whatever your playstyle is, find one and play it, and you're gonna be fine. They're all good in their own right, and all have good matchups and bad matchups. Over the last 7 days, at all ranks, Highlander Priest right now has the highest win rate. Murloc Paladin has the second highest win rate, if that means anything to you. So that might be something to consider if you're someone who values win rate sort of things. We can just kill that and play 2 minions, and I think we have to play 2 minions. It's a token druid. We could tap, right, but we need to get stats on the board constantly, and we can play this on 4. So I haven't seen a Soulfire in forever, I feel like, in this deck. He probably slams a Crypt Lord here and just goes face. We can silence the Crypt Lord to set up a trade if we want. Oh, he's actually going to kill that with a Mark of the Lotus. Wow. That is some mega respect on the Malchezaar's Imp. Jeez. I almost can't believe that just happened. That's some of the biggest respect I've ever seen paid to Malchezaar's Imp. Wow. It's good for us, I think. What budget deck is the best for climbing the ladder? Zoo is fairly cheap. Really cheap, actually. I mean, you could probably get by without any epics. What else is cheap? Prince Rogue is pretty expensive, so not that. Maybe mid-range Beast Hunter's pretty cheap. It's not the best deck, but it's good enough to get you to... Probably Legend if you're great. Rank 5 for a lot of people. No rewards at all, not even packs. No rewards at all for dungeon runs, guys. Only 1 card back if you beat it with all 9 classes. It's different than the other kinds of content we've seen in the past that traditionally rewarded you. So, no rewards, I'm sorry to say. No, I'm feeling well, Rachel. Sorry, I didn't mean to imply I'm not feeling well. I'm feeling okay. It's just, you know, like streaming can burn you out, and if I get like tired in 2 hours, I don't want to commit to streaming for 5 hours, right? Like, just depends on how I feel. Like, if I still feel like streaming in 2 or 3 hours, I will. Depends on how the stream's going, that sort of stuff. I feel great. I'm 100%. It's been a great weekend, seeing all the new stuff, all the new cards on screen, like a ton of cool stuff. I may take these down eventually, by the way. I know they're a couple days old right now. Screen seems crowded a bit. Yeah, it's a little bit crowded. I'll admit, but it's BlizzCon. I want to pay it due respect, right? Alright, let's clear the board here. We are very ahead right now. Living Mana is still, honestly, kind of scary. That's like 2 or 3 games in a row I've got Wind Fury. That is unheard of for me. Totally unheard of. He shouldn't have a way to kill this. He might have a swipe, is all. Frankly, if he swipes, we're okay. Because we have the Doom Guard, too. So I don't think can't be targeted is worth it, in other words. But that's, what, 12, 17, 19 damage next turn. Maybe more, depending on the buff this dude gets. Oh, Defender of Argus. Okay. That's not too bad. Plus 3 health might be awesome on this now. Well, I can't turn that down. Oh, I should have buffed it first, maybe. Shoot. I think we might have had lethal if I'd buffed it first. Crap! We boo-booed, guys. We boo-booed a little bit. I was gonna wait and see what I got, right, and then buff, but now I'm sad because... Well, we could tap into... Oh. Doesn't really help me, though. We're 1 off lethal here. Can he clear the board? Maybe. Just trying to think which of these makes the most sense. I don't really know that anything does. We definitely would have had lethal though if I'd buffed him first. Kind of forgot about the damage multiplying. But we didn't know we were going to get plus 3 attack either, right? Like, we might have gotten something else. We may not have been in a lethal position anyway. Did you get 500 wins for Rogue? No, not yet, Ascorb. I still need to tonight or soonish, but I have like 3 quests that are about to burn. I haven't been doing any of my quests. I've just been playing Rogue. And I had Warlock cards as one of my quests, so I had to do Warlock instead. As soon as we play 50 Warlock cards, I might switch back over to Rogue. Because right now, yeah, see, I'm at 19 out of 50, so... Hey, Rita's tuning in for a little while. I'm not going to stay up till 3 a.m. like yesterday. Sorry, Humbler, man. Appreciate it, though. Thanks for hanging out. The expansion will come out in December. Mist Lethal. Not exactly. I mean, in hindsight, it was a Mist Lethal, yes, but... we could have known it was going to be lethal before we knew we were going to get plus 3 attack on the first swing of the, well, maybe it still would have been, actually. We were going to add 2, but potentially could have lost 3. Would have been 7, 14, 19, 21. I think we would have been 1 off, even if we'd done it early and not gotten 3 attack. But we would have had like a 50-50 on it at least.
Boys, by the hearth, won't ya?
Hey! hey, it's BR, man. Thank you for the 5 months, really? That's like the maximum amount of time, for sure. So, 5 months in a row, hey, it's BR, with a $5 sub. That's crazy. I feel like you're the first 5-month resub I've seen yet, hey, it's BR. So thank you, dude, for the 5 months of continued support. That is so fantastic, man. Really appreciate it. 5 months. Silly, silly. I'm pretty sure I was first. Nice, man. I think so, too. Definitely for the 5 months. I don't remember the order originally, but... not familiar with American time. We use 24-hour clock. My fiance uses 24-hour clock because she works at a hospital and that's what they use. And I always have to do the math, right? Like right now it's 1816. But it's not always easy to do the math. Sometimes it gets a little hard. Hey, Ritas, do we need to have spells in hand to upgrade, or do they upgrade inside the deck? I think it's in the hand. I think it's in the hand is my understanding. But I'm not 100% sure, to tell you the truth. It does probably change whether it's good or not a little bit for, for the Druid one. But I don't think it changes much for the Shaman one. Sorry, Regis, I'll only be able to sub for this month because I'm broke. Man, if you're broke, don't sub at all. Like, don't. Save your money. Believe me, trust me. You'll be fine. I'll be fine. Like, 100% save it. Don't feel compelled to to sub at all, man. I'd rather you buy packs and save your money and enjoy Hearthstone. I appreciate the sentiment, I appreciate the support, but save your money. Please save up, yeah. Regis, why don't you try Token Druid at rank 6 to 5? Token Druid is nuts there. I'm not opposed to trying it. The only reason I'm playing this is for quests, right? Like guys, I don't typically play decks for any reason other than to do something I'm trying to do, right? Like in this case, complete my quest. I guess Divine Shield makes it pretty difficult to kill. For a, I think we gotta save this guy. Do we give him this one, though? Like, do we toss this out there just to let him kill it and, like, think it's important if it keeps these two things alive? Maybe so. I think it's worth to buff the guy as well. We can always life tap into more cards. So that's not gonna be a problem.
Boys, make some room by the hearth.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sir Karsten, dude. Thanks for another yeah. Appreciate it, man. 4 months in a row. That's nuts, Sir Karsten. Thanks for the continued support, man. Duzluck says, by the way, love your review videos. Keep the good stuff going. Thanks, man. A lot of people think they're too long, but my answer to that is, well, you must not like Hearthstone as much as I do. It's one of those things where it's like, they're long for a distinct reason. It's because I really like talking about the game. It's not arbitrary. And I think there's a lot to discuss. So, it's worth it to make them long. In a lot of ways. Alright, well Savage Roar is pretty good with patches, I'll be honest. This is also pretty good, though. Has the expansion date been announced yet? No, they've just said December, as they always do. They're always really coy with announcing stuff. They don't ever want to announce it too early, it seems. But it looks like... most likely will be the first week of December on a Tuesday or a Thursday. That's how it always goes. I was gonna say, why can't I attack? Because he conceded, that's why. So probably December 5th or 7th, something like that. And I hope to God it's that week and not the next week, because my fiance will be out of town on a vacation visiting her family that week. So I'll have a ton of time to play Hearthstone. She comes back on the 12th. So if it's on like the 12th or the 14th, it's going to be a lot harder for me to do what I want to do when it comes to streaming. So we'll see. Regis Gilbin, turn 1 pass, turn 2 something. That's always a compelling argument when you're starting off with something right off the bat. Turn 3, 2-8. Turn 4, something. You won't be able to do anything on turn 4, hardly, if you play a 2-8 on turn 3. So you've already had 2 dead turns, presumably, Erheim. Turn 5, Earth Elemental. Turn 6, Ancestral Spirit. Okay, that actually will work on mana. Turn 7, get 3 copies and win. Yeah, it's possible. If those things are all in your hand, first off, that's not going to happen every game. But if they are, that's certainly a good start. That would be the dream scenario. But, I don't know. I'd be nervous without playing anything on 1, 2, or 4, and not really playing much on turn 6 with how fast some of these decks are. I mean, clearly you've designed it in a way that makes sense because it's super hyper-defensive. So you're accounting for that to some extent, which is important. Like, if you didn't have those defensive taunt tools, that would never work. But it has a chance of working because of those things. I'm going to talk about that. Well, I'm not going to talk about that card. I'm pretty much done talking about that card. But I will absolutely be trying that as well, man. That sounds like the perfect plan. And I want to try it. I obviously love testing that stuff. Man, I am like losing my voice, guys. It's going. Oh, the coin, perfect. I'm actually still going to do this. I had a dilemma in my mind. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but I'd rather have 2 minions than 1 minion. It's not very punished against Rogue. First week of December works out perfect since I'm getting fixed beginning of December. Can use downtime to play the new X-Pack. I won't ask for details on getting fixed. I think I know what that means, but that I've always heard a good time to schedule that is during March Madness if you're a basketball fan, because you basically have like a week off where you don't have to do anything. So sounds like you're thinking the same thing, but instead Hearthstone expansion time, which is pretty funny. We can Soulfire that down later. We certainly don't need to do it yet. We can just go wide on the board. I think I'm actually just going to play all 4 of these minions. That makes the Soulfire probably very good next turn, because it's not going to discard a card. He might even trade into this 3-2, which means we won't have to set up trades with it either. Who knows? I bet Hunter will get a spell that allows you to push 2 minions to the left and the right. Oh, that'd be cool. Like a spell that disrupts your opponent's positioning. That'd be awesome. Hunter needs good cards that are less than 5 mana. Yeah. They also could stand to... Oh my god. Forget the Soulfire. I mean, we're still going to use it, but this is also a good way to deal with Edwin, right? And suddenly we have a nice little board, and although we're both out of cards, I can draw more every turn than he can, so I should be able to catch up on that front without too much trouble. Swashbuckler's good for him, though. Generating a card, playing a 2-2. Solid. Sea Devil Stinger! Maybe not the dream... Maybe not the dream Warlock card that he was hoping for here. I think we go ahead and clear his board, guys. It doesn't feel wonderful, but it's Bone Mare turn, so we don't want to give him a Bone Mare for sure. I feel people are going to be really trying to make Marion work. I just don't see it, though. Very slow, and the randomization is just too much for me. Yeah, maybe. I have a little more faith thanks to... let's just taunt everything so that thing never gets to hit face. Maybe we could not taunt this one. No, it's fine. Let's just taunt everything. We will eventually trade into that thing if we want, so even if he trades here, we might trade back. Although we may not as well. We're very close to killing him. So we'll just see. I think Marion could work in a couple classes like Priest, maybe Warrior. Oh boy. Yeah, we're gonna have to kill it, I guess. It turns out, yeah. Killing it is part of the plan now. Unless we can somehow get another Spellbreaker in hand. That'd feel pretty good. Fledgling's actually a great draw. Voidwalker, not so great. But still fine. Thankfully, this guy lives and we get to hit face with it. Can send in all these little dudes. The thing we have to hope for right now is that he doesn't have the second Bone Mare, right? That's going to be a little harder to work with. It's going to be at 9 health after the trade. These do 7. We could maybe kill it, but then he's stabilizing the board, right? So, second Soulfire, Doomguard are both going to be important cards for us. Swashbuckler doesn't matter. It's really only the Bone Mare that matters. There it is, unfortunately. Jeez. Both Bone Mares. It's tough. Blizzard has obviously been pushing the Control Hunter archetype with these 2 recent expansions. Do you think Control Hunter will actually be viable ever? Maybe someday it could be viable. Yeah, I don't know. It's really hard to say. This is really tough. We just, I mean, we have to send both the guys in, and he has great trade backs. So we need like Doomguard and Soulfire to win now, and our health is getting really low. Bone Mare is just such a busted card, right? Regis, why do you hate Wandering Monsters so much? Seems pretty decent to me. I don't really hate it that much. I think you're basing it off my review score, but scores don't tell the whole story. Did you actually listen to what I said about it? I said it's I said it's fine. It's going to be a good thing to get randomly, and you'll be happy to see it off your... Oh, hey, look! A bone mare. Right on time for us. So what I said about Wandering Monster is essentially it's not the kind of card you're ever going to want to run, because it's just too inconsistent and too random, and that's not the kinds of things you need when you commit mana to something often. And essentially, when it high rolls, it's not high rolling into anything absurd, right? There's no like game-winning 3-drop that it could summon. Unlike a high roll card like Barnes, for instance, it can just summon you a game-winning kind of minion. So I don't think the high roll outweighs the risk and the downside, where sometimes you're going to commit to 2 mana and get something terrible that you don't want. And the disruptive nature of it is not as strong as the disruptive nature of other secrets. So it doesn't like punish as much as something like Freezing Trap, for instance. It's not as widespread as something like Explosive Trap. And it's a little bit harder to construct board states or play into or against board states with that card than it is with something like Freezing Trap or Explosive Trap. In other words, you know Explosive Trap's a card you want to play when your opponent has a lot of little stuff. You know Freezing Trap's something you want to play when your opponent has a big thing. There's no like perfect board state for Wandering Monster, right? The flexibility of it is a little nice in that it's good whether they play something small or something big, but it's only ever disruptive and not game-winning is kind of my point with it. So I don't think it'll be a card that's played in a list very often, but it'll be totally strong and fine off of things like Professor Putricide or Free Secrets or whatever other summoning methods there are when you get free cards. Do you think Recruit mechanic is fast enough to see play in this meta? Well, it's pretty fast. I mean, as a mechanic, it actually is very fast. In that you're typically going to be summoning something at a discount. It's not being added to your hand, it's being summoned, so, I mean, that's fast to me. But the lack of battle cries, the randomness of it, those are the downsides, right? Like, and compromising your deck's integrity, because you're building your deck to support your recruits. That's where it gets shaky for me, but it's not, I don't think it's a speed issue. I love discussing cards. I could watch you talk about one card for 20 minutes. You're in the right place, then, because I think I do. Guys, I'm way behind on chat. I'm sorry. I really got to skip ahead some. Forgive me for missing some comments here. It could summon Injured. That's pretty insane. Yeah, Injured Blade Master is one of the high rolls, but that's not like a game-winning play, though, even. You know what I mean? Like, Priest has already been able to summon Injured Blade Masters in the past for 2 mana. And, I mean, yes, it was good, but it was never, like, game-winning. Like, it never defined a game. It's not like summoning a Yashiraj for 4 mana, for instance, which is game-winning to me. I mean, that's a good example of a high roll. There's also like the 3/5 taunt for Warlock, whose name I can never remember because nobody plays it. There's other possibilities where it becomes a powerful card. They're just... This leaves him with a great Potion of Madness, so I just take this trade and buff the Voidwalker. Just to be less greedy. And not give him a good Potion of Madness early. I guess so. This makes Potion of Madness a lot harder to do. I mean, you can still kill a 2/1, but you're not killing a second minion with it. Do you think Marion will be OP for OTK Priest? It might be, yeah. Rarely have you ever been able to summon something that works so well for Potion of Madness, Divine Spirit, Inner Fire, right? Normally it's hard to get your opponent to play those things. So the fact that this just gives you a way to do that right off the bat seems really good to me. I might actually be the best silence target in this guy's entire deck. So instead of doing this and playing into AoE even more, like a Shadowward Horror or something, I'm just going to go ahead and silence that card draw off and develop the 4-attack minion, which is typically quite good against Priest. Do you think Zoo is fun to play? Yeah, Zoo's alright. I mean, I've been playing Zoo forever, right? 3 years or more with Zoo, so... It's less fun than it used to be to me. I can say that about it. But it's still, I like the style of the deck, right? It's still the kind of deck I like these sorts of decks. I guess we can just get wrecked by the Kazakus potion, it's fine. I don't want to just patch. Maybe we could have just hero powered actually and played patches, that might have been fine. I don't think he snap grabbed either potion, so he may not have the deal 4 damage potion. Because he took a while to craft it, it looked like to me, but... Normally, if you see the deal 4 to all against Zoo, you snap grab. Do you think that new meta will force tech cards in decks like silence effects, weapon removal? Yeah, I mean, weapon removal's not in the meta right now. Silence effects are in the meta. I don't think people realize how much Spellbreaker is played. It's in almost 20% of decks right now, and it was even higher earlier in the expansion. There's also Silence in the meta. That's really less about Silence and more about enabling the combo for Priest, I think. But between the two of those, there are a handful of Silences. Silence is in 13% of decks, and by the way, those have 0 crossover. So that means in about a third of your games almost, it's about 18% plus 13%, so 31% of your games. So almost a third of your games, you're gonna see a silence effect right now. So that's already pretty popular, and I do think it will get more popular. Actually, just to answer your question, I think you're right. It will. There might be more things to encourage silences if, for instance, as you said, Carnivorous Cube were to become popular. But it's obviously the weapon removal that seems far more enticing. That's the one that seems very, very good. This is just awful. Dragonfire Potion is clearly going to come down here. I'm not going to play a ton of stuff. It's not, obviously is obviously not the right word. Obviously. But it's likely to come down. Regis, what is the deck list for the Warlock you're playing? Let's take off the cards, guys. I guess we've seen the cards. Not that many people are asking about the cards. Let's get a deck list up. That's fine. This does not run Gul'dan. That's the key thing about this deck. Crafted a tier 1 deck, gets repeatedly beaten at rank 20, feels bad, man. Cat Wrestler, what's your deck? Maybe we can sort it out for you or help you figure it out. I feel like you've said that before. I feel like I'm having some deja vu. I feel like maybe we've had this discussion in the past. Okay, there's my deck tracker. There, we were right. That is what we expected to happen. If I play both of these, I play on curve. Do we care? I mean, is it good enough? Is that enough of a board? Like, is that... why not? It's a bunch of 2s, so hopefully it doesn't run horror. We'll see. Let me get the deck tracker up, though, guys. I'm taking too long here. Oh my god. It scared me. So pink. So pink. Everything's fine. We're back to normal. Why are there cards all around the screen? Well, there are not anymore. I'm behind. That was the new cards from the new expansion. I'm a little buzzed, so excuse me if I say anything stupid. Hey, man, I say things that are stupid all the time. You're in a you're in a welcome home, to say the least. You know, it kind of makes more sense to hit that one because it has 4 health, but it also does not threaten any of my minions, so I'm a little more happy to leave it around. Okay. In hindsight, I wish we tapped first because we got a crappy card. If we'd gotten a good card, of course, we would have regretted tapping first. So you never really know which of those is going to be right. But unfortunately for us, it was the one we didn't take. If we tapped into Bone Mare and then discarded the Bone Mare, we would have felt really bad. But well, we might not have felt so bad, actually, because then we could have just played Bone Mare. You don't have to commit to the Soulfire in that scenario. So maybe that's still just wrong. Could you put your deck list up soon? Yeah, I'm behind. It's up, thankfully. What's best, Dragon Soul or Aluneth? Definitely Dragon Soul to me. I don't think either are amazing, but I think Aluneth's too slow. Krispy Kreme Diet says, I know that Highlander Priest and Temple Rogue are on the two opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to playstyle, but which do you recommend building? Alright. I would say Tempo Rogue because Highlander Priest right now relies on a mechanic that will theoretically be going away pretty soon. It's 5/9. If I drew Doomguard, we would be 1 off lethal. Or maybe 2 off lethal, I guess. We are not drawing these 6 cards much. These are sort of our power cards, and I feel like we never see them. Going face is so risky, but I don't know what else to do. We don't... Oh! Well, there we go. That's what we were talking about. That's what we were talking about. The problem is we're out of direct damage except for that second Doomguard. So once he clears my board here... If he can, he just needs Shadow or Death, which shouldn't be too hard. Then we're kind of out of ways to... Oh. Interesting. Every time with this. That's what happened the last time we did this. Now we just lose. But anyway, Priest relies on cards that are going to rotate out of standard format sooner than does Tempo Rogue. So I would play Prince Rogue. If you play Marin and your opponent kills the chest, does he still get the treasure or you? You still get it. It's a death rattle code. It's like worded in a way that says, you know, the opponent gets the treasure. So that would be a very big mistake for the opponent to do. Let's see. I'm way behind chat again, guys. I'm sorry. There's a ton of chat tonight, everybody. Forgive me. I just can't keep up. I talk too much to each individual question. To the extent that I can't answer everything. I might need to add Gul'dan to this deck tonight, the way it's going. Normally I think it's a little iffy, but tonight we are getting removed a little too much by all these Highlander Priests. Regis, did you see the new card that's going to be added to Arena? Yeah, I saw them all, man. I'm going to make a video about them too, so I'll be talking more about them in the future. They're pretty crazy. In before the opponent's deck blocks Regis's head. Oh, man. You called it. Regis, why did you say the new Hunter Secret was no good, even though it's a better Noble Sacrifice? Noble Sacrifice is playable, is it not? Noble Sacrifice is not really playable. When is the last time you saw Noble Sacrifice in a list? Other than when it was summoned for free off of Mysterious Challenger, right? That's really the only time it's ever been played in a list. It's fine off Hydrologist, which is what I'm saying about Wandering Monster, too. Like, it'll be fine when you get it. It's a good card when it's not in your list, but it's worse than a lot of the other secrets when it's in your list. So I don't think people are going to play it in their list. Like, the other secrets that have summoned 3-mana minions did it more consistently and have more potential because you know you're going to get a taunt with one of them, and the other one you know you're going to get a poisonous minion, so they allow you more finesse and control over how you play the game. This one's a totally random 3-drop, and if you look at 3-drops, there are some bad ones, and there are only a handful of good ones. And the good ones don't, like, win you the game outright when you play them, and the bad ones is just a waste of 2 mana and a card in your deck. So... that's my take. I mean, oh, God, every time Patches. Get out of here, dude. It's like, we have Kellis at the end, so of course we draw Patches this time around. I mean, like, what if we look at 3-mana minions, right? Like, best case scenarios are what? Tark Reaper, right? You'd be pretty happy with, maybe Darkshark Councilman you'd be happy with. But a lot, I mean, so that's like 2 good ones. I think somebody mentioned Injured Blade Master would be a pretty good one. But, like, there's so many that are bad. Cold Light Oracle's a 2/2. You don't want that. 3/3s. There are a handful of 3/3s that are okay, right? But that's still worse than Bear Trap was because they don't have taunt. We can value trade a little on this because they don't Shadow Step to kill stuff. There's Cabal Courier's a 2/2 you wouldn't want. Stitch Tracker's a 2/2 you wouldn't want. There's a lot of like the 2/2 stat lines on 3-drops that kind of suck. You'd be pretty happy with Frothing Berserker most of the time, although not necessarily because it might just die instantly with the trade. It doesn't always have upside like that. Howl Fiend could happen. Would you want a Howl Fiend? Probably not. That would feel pretty bad. Disciple of Cthulhu would feel terrible. It's just there's a lot that aren't very good. So it's gosh, that's a great board. Well, see you, Doomguard, buddy. It was nice knowing you. Oh, hey, what do you know? We're still so far behind. I don't know how we're behind on board and we don't have any cards in hand. I'll tell you how. Akeliseth didn't do patches. That's how. Like, he had patches and we didn't, so... We don't run the pirate package at all, so, I mean, part of that's that, but... We also didn't hit... we drew our patches instead of summoning him, so... That makes all the difference here. But anyway, guys, I'm still saying that the card is okay. I gave it 1 star because it's not going to be played and constructed, but it's still fine. I'm way behind on chat again. Oh my god. Would you recommend crafting either Jade or Big Priest? Both seem to rotate out at around the same time. They do, yeah. So, we're gonna lose. It's just impossible to win from here. He's got great trades. We're just dead. They do rotate out at the same time because Yashiraj rotates out, and so does Aya and the Jade stuff all at once in April. Jade is a more consistent and reliable deck, I think, but Big Priest is probably technically better right now. It's kind of frustrating to play a little bit for me, so. I think you underrated Wandering Monster. A lot of people are saying that. I had the card at 2 stars originally and knocked it down to 1. So, take that for what it's worth, but I really don't think it's going to be played. Well, first off, Hunter Secrets aren't being played at all right now. So, that's challenge number 1. Hunter doesn't even play Secrets. So, if that were to change significantly, I still think Wandering Monster would be like secret number 3 or 4 on the list of secrets that you played. It's going to be fine when you get off Putricide or whatever else, if that's a thing, but it's worse. You wouldn't play it over Venom Strike Trap, so I think I'd put it at number 4. I think I would always put Wandering Monster as the 4th secret I'd play in Hunter at least. And maybe farther down the list. Let's see. But why listen to me? I'm losing literally every game I play, so... I would play it behind Explosive Trap, Freezing Trap, Cat Trick, Snake Trap, and Venom Strike Trap. It would be my 6th secret that I would play. So, to me, that means it's unplayable because you're never going to have a deck that runs 14 secrets. At least, not the way we understand Hearthstone today. So, that's my take. I mean, so, for those of you that disagree with me, for those of you that are saying... Wandering Monster's great. Okay, I'm happy to entertain that argument. What secrets do you play behind it? Where does it rank on your list of Hunter secrets? Do you play it over Freezing Trap? Do you play it over Cat Trick? And why? Why is it better? That's the argument I want to hear. Because a lot of people will say, like, oh, this card looks fine, it looks good. But you got to consider the context, right? Like, you got to consider... the decks it's run in, you've got to consider what would you play instead of it, or would you ever play this card instead of this other card? That's how I'm thinking about it. Like, I would never end up playing Wandering Monster. There are better options out there to me. So, why would I play it? I don't think I would. Reasons you're so popular, that's why you get behind on chat. I can't imagine having like 5,000 viewers or something. It's so interesting to me how much discussion Ren has produced. I love the idea and playing off the idea of seals from the Book of Revelation. I wonder if other cards in the expansion will help achieve the goal, because I love the animation even though I don't play Warlock. Always just sad to see an unplayable legendary. I love, love, love the fantasy of Ren. Like the idea that your opponent is casting these seals, and it's like, oh my god, he's on seal 3. Oh my god, he's on seal 4, and like the impending doom. That is fantastic. Unfortunately, most of the time you're going to kill them before they get to Azari. Before they get to Aziz, as I like to call them. Magma Rager is actually useful, though, if you get it off Wandering Monster. Well, maybe. Not necessarily. What if they proc it with a 1-1? That would be really bad. You'd rather have any 2-2, right? Remember, the minion's going to die on Wandering Monster a lot of the times, guys. Whether it's a 2-2 or a 3-3 or a 1-5 or a 5-1, a lot of the times it's just going to be dead. So you have to calculate that part of it as well. What did he do? Wrath? Okay, that's fine. It's more about the disruption than it is the actual minion, right? Is Freezing Trap Thrash in this meta with all its cheap minions? Right? Well, depends, right? Maybe. Probably. A lot of the time. But not all decks run all cheap minions. Freezing Trap would be amazing against Big Priest and Big Druid, which are both pretty popular right now. And it's actually not even that bad against, like, Rogue. Typically, when you get to the mid-game in Rogue, it's 1 or 2 big guys from Bone Mare, right? It's like a big Edwin or a big Bone Mare guy. So I don't think Freezing Trap's that bad right now. I think, just to clarify, I think Secrets are bad right now. So, I do actually think Freezing Trap's kind of bad. Because Secrets are bad. And there's no Secret Hunter deck. But I still think Freezing Trap is better than Wandering Monster. Opportunity cost is the word you're looking for. Yes, Sir Carson, it is. And I've been wanting to make an opportunity cost video for a long time. Nobody ever considers the opportunity cost. They just look at the card and say, this makes sense in this exact scenario, or in this exact setup, or because of this reason, but they're not considering the comparisons or the other options that might exist on the other side of things. So, opportunity cost is exactly the right word to describe the frustrations I'm experiencing in explaining this. So yes, thank you for pointing that out. You're right 100%. The best you can get from Wandering Monster would be Wicker Flame, Devil's Roar Egg, and Elder Longneck. I'm not even sure you'd really want Elder Longneck, because it would die every time to the trade. Are people... Am I not reading the card right, guys? Let's take a look at the card, right? When an enemy attacks your hero, summon a 3-cost minion as the new target. So... remember, it's not like Bear Trap or Venom Strike Trap where the minion stays there. It's the new target. It's disrupting that attack. It's more like Noble Sacrifice than it is Bear Trap or Venom Strike Trap. So, Elder Longneck might sometimes be okay because it's 5 attack and it trades into a bigger thing, right? Other times it'd be terrible because they're sending a 1-1 in. So it's iffy, right? I think a Wicker Flame Burn Bristle would always be pretty good because it's Divine Shield and then it's going to leave behind the 2-2 that's a taunt. That's really your best case scenario. Devil's Roar Egg, arguably also a pretty good one because if they kill the Devil's Roar Egg, then you get the 5-5. I don't think I'd include Elder Longneck in that list, though. Oh man, there's so many comments still. I'm so far behind. My mic is not muted, Gangsta Pasta. But thanks for the heads up. Or the troll, whichever it might be. Or the intended heads up, at least. How do I deal with these 1-2s? Where is my second Despicable Dreadlord? Did I discard it? Why do I not have another one available? I don't know. It's not a big deal, though. He has the Fury Hero Power, but it's not going to hit through a 3-4. Why don't I have another Despicable Dreadlord, did it... I must have discarded it, or something. I don't remember the chain of events of this game at all. I was way too busy with chat. Forgive me, chat. No reason to attack here and give that extra damage, so... We'll see. So he probably just trades in both these taunts, which is fine. We have Doomguard in hand for a lot of damage. Spellbreaker to get through taunts. Swipe is solid for him, probably. He could maybe swipe and hero power and send one of the 1/1s into the 5/6. We'll see. Oh, naturalize. Wait, what? He naturalized it? Oh, I already played it? Oh, I don't remember playing it, to tell you the truth. So that's, I'm way off. It died. So that's where I'm at. I don't even really remember the previous events of this game at all, so. I never really fully understood the card cycle schedule. Do cards cycle out with the upcoming expansion or not until the first of the next year? It happens in the new years, not with specific expansions. So, we won't see another one until... This is... Would you rather have this than the Fledgling? Yeah. Doesn't die to the 5/5. Would we rather have this instead and not even play the Doomguard right now? So we could, like, Fledgling Defender Vargas. These only go to 5 and 2, though. That's not that good. I think we need to start hitting him pretty hard here to win. And this also draws me a couple cards, which is clutch, so... Oh, that's really good. That's really good, too. Alright. Spreading Plague is always good, of course, but... We'll see what else happens here. We don't actually... This is not Jade. This is Big Druid with Naturalize. So he also has Primordial Drake to think about. And... That's about it for the big scary stuff. There's like a Lich King maybe, but that shouldn't be too bad for us. Maybe it will be. We'll see. Oh, man. I almost gave Wandering Monster 2 stars. Mustache is awesome. I recorded originally with it at 2 stars, and then I decided I really just don't think it's ever going to be played, and bumped it back down to 1. So, if that gives you any consolation, that's the best I can do, I guess. Is just try to offer some hope there. Some... Oh boy, that's a big play. He actually hit the one time that works. I played a ton of Big Druid with Alex Strauss, and I almost never had opportunities for that to stick. Like, for that to actually be the right thing to do. We still have 9, 11 plus 6 is 17, plus 2 is 19. Can still almost get there, but I think I'd rather... Well, no, we can still Doomguard and Defender Vargas, I guess. What do we Defender here? This goes to 7, this goes to 5, so those both die pretty easily to trades. This goes to 9, and this goes to 5, so those both die pretty easily to trades. So I don't know that it really matters. Maybe we try to protect the Doomguard assets. Won't matter, though, because 7, 5... Wait, we might have... I didn't count the buffs on this. It's only gaining 2, though. Would we rather just Bone Marrow the Doomguard right now and just hit him for 10 plus 6? It's 21. Okay, so not 24. I might just Doomguard and make one really big guy that he has to worry about here. But then I don't draw the cards. No, it's too late. We gotta attack. I just have to attack at some point. That's a good draw, actually, because it's damage. I'm running out of time. I've grinded from 0 to 90 gold today. One more game before I get another pack. Nice, Sinister Clux. I always like those days when you can actually grind out your 30 wins and get get your 100 gold reward. I don't do it much anymore these days, but it's a great way to make gold. 100 gold a day is 3,000 gold a month on average, right? Plus quests, so probably like 50 gold a day on average times another 30. You probably get 4,500 gold a month if you really play a lot of Hearthstone. Oh, Lich King's bad. Real bad. So you're not going to kill the 2/4? That would help me a lot. This also just trades in, so we might have lethal, right? Oh boy. I think we only have 7 right now. Well, it depends on what we discard, right? This to push through Lich King with the 6/6. Although, wait, we could go to 7/7. And that wouldn't help. Alright, let's just see what we discard, I guess. It's gonna decide whether we win or not. So that's cool. Can we life tap first? Yeah, we should life tap first. Getting to 7 doesn't really help, right? It doesn't matter. So we need to get to 8. So let's life tap first. Okay. That increases the likelihood I keep the Soulfire. Oh my god, I lost both damage cards. Should Soulfire first, but then we don't have any way to win if we lose the Doomguard. Like, it increases my chance of lethal this turn, but it decreases my chance of lethal every other turn moving forward, right? Like, now we would never win if we discarded the Doomguard with the Soulfire, right? Because you'd be at a higher health total, and we wouldn't have a 6/8 on board. Like, I think you have to value the 6/8 still. It's debatable, right? Like, because we may not win anyway now. Like, if he finds a way to clear with a swipe and hero power or something, like, we might be dead regardless. So, it's honestly debatable. Because now we're still just going to lose, so. Maybe we should have. It's debatable. I thought we had a shot with the 6/8 on board, but it turns out we did not. So. Now we regret it, right? Now your play looks better. Oh, the Arctic Guard, I missed it. No, you're at 1%. What does that mean? Is it good to run Treachery on Monday? I don't... I doubt it. Maybe, but I doubt it. You still gotta kill the thing. It's still hard to kill it. You're killing your matchups in every other deck. A lot of people are still going to play good decks. Oh, I forgot to turn off the overlay of the new cards. Oh, yeah, sure. I had it up there and I forgot. There we go. There's that deck list for you guys. Pull up the top chatter stats. I don't know how to do that. I don't know where that's at. I don't know what that means. Is that on? Whoa! Whoa! I feel like that actually helps me more than it hurts me. Well, only because of this taunt, though. Because he actually has to send Deathwing into the taunt. If I had a Bone Mare now, we might have an opportunity for lethal. Next turn. Bone Mare into Soulfire. This depends on what he draws, too. He hero powers up to 8. Oh, well. That actually still keeps me alive, but not enough to win the game, because... he heals to 10, and now... well, actually, Bone Mare plus Soulfire would still be lethal. That would be something. We have a decent chance of doing it, just because there's only 5 guards left. Oh, we can't tap, though, so never mind. We're done. Can't tap. Top chatter stats. I don't... maybe I can look at that? No, I don't see a way to look at that, man. I don't know how to find that. I'm gonna sleep at 1 a.m. A new record. See, Humbler, dude. Have a good night. Hey, did you end up getting your Golden Rogue? No, not yet. I'm trying to... oh, there was the Warlock quest. So, that was my goal. Why I'm playing Warlock right now, is to beat the quest, because I was gonna burn a quest. And I certainly didn't want to burn a quest. So now I'm gonna go back to Rogue, and, we got 18 wins to go. Find out Gul'dan. I just pulled the list at the highest win rate. Gul'dan is good in certain scenarios, but he's also a dead card for Zoo a lot of the time. He's kind of a matchup read, right? Like, you want him if you know your opponent has a lot of removal and you need sort of a second wind. But if the meta is less removal based and you need a very, very consistent early game, then you're better off going without Gul'dan, I think. I actually think Gul'dan would have been better today, by the way, on that note, because we were facing a lot of Priest, and they were tending to deal with our board, and we never had the reload or the hero power for sort of the late game out. So I probably would have updated the list if I'd really been tryharding all that much. Wasn't really tryharding, though. Just wanted to complete the quest. I wonder how many packs it'll take for you to get all the cards. Somebody said like 250 to 280 or something. I don't know. Something like that, though. Let's do it. Maybe he'll just concede, call it a day. I heard that KNC is gonna add a new tribe, Jade. If you summon a Jade, the next one you summon is bigger by +1/+1. Yeah. That'll be the day I retire from Hearthstone. Regis, can you stream till 3 so that way I can segue right into the World Champs for League? No. I don't know when 3 is your time, but I doubt that's how long I'm going to make it. I suspect I'll be ending much, much sooner than that. Hey, Alcatraz YT, how's it going? Mr. Jogkey says, it's actually my first time on a stream and it's cool so far. Well, thanks, Mr. Jogkey. Appreciate the sentiment, man. Guess we can pull a pretty big patch this year against Druid. It's a nice little board. Swipes solid, but not amazing. He's probably just going to nourish for mana, hero power, the 1/1. Which I like, because I don't want to play the Spreading Plague too hard, and I really don't have a way to get around it. Oh, he's going to Galaka Crawler instead. Wow. He's a boss. Yeah, we're still going to get wrecked pretty hard by Spreading Plague. So we'll trade this way instead of with the patches, right? Just to deny as much Spreading Plague value as possible. But still, it's too good. I don't think we can beat it. We don't have the hand to beat Spreading Plague right now. Fireflies are not good Spreading Plagues. What is your opinion on the Venture mode? Dungeon runs look pretty cool. I think I'll enjoy them for a little bit. I'll try them out first week or so. Well, I take that back. We'll see. Just I like playing with all the new cards in Constructed for the first week or so, so it might take me a little while to get into the dungeon run mindset when the expansion hits. Is patches worth crafting at this point? It just depends on how much dust you plan on having in the future. Depends on when you need to be good. Like, do you want a top tier deck this month or next month, or do you want to wait for the expansion? Like, there's a lot of variables. I would tend to argue right now saving your dust for the next expansion, or at least until some cards are revealed, might be better. I do think Patches is going to stay good until he rotates out, but he does rotate out in 5 months as well. So it just depends on your personal priorities for when you need a card to be successful, right? $7-10 right now. We don't have the mana for that yet. Just I'm thinking about how much total damage we have, right? Like, that's 10, 15. Like, we're kind of getting there on damage a little bit. Again, Spreading Plague, the Spreading Plaguer. Well, that's actually really good, just because it's a big body. I'm happy to play a 5/5 at this point. So we give him the Shaku, which is nice. We could give him a Spreading Plague as well, but it's not that great. Ultimate Infestation, it's pretty solid. As always, it's not a bad card, guys. Bone Mirror, best draw on the deck. Karen's second best draw on the deck. Bitter Hydra's the third best draw on the deck. You guys might be detecting a theme there. Is Edwin any good? Yeah, it's not bad. We can make Edwin work.
Here we go.
Edwin's probably the fourth best card on the deck. Let's see, we have 9, 3 is 12, plus 7 is 19. He's at 22 currently. Shadow Step would be a lethal setup if there's no taunt. Bone Mare would be pretty solid still. I wouldn't hate to see a Vile Spine, although it'd be hard to combo at the moment. That guy's kind of a pain. We can kill the 4-4 right now, though. Never mind. We cannot kill the 4-4. We can Spreading Plague, though. That's... Oh, whoa! We can really Spreading Plague! Oh my god, this is gonna be the best Spreading Plague in history. Oh, that's sad that he taunted. We had a ton of damage. Really sad that he taunted. We're gonna Spreading Plague the Plaguer, guys. I think I'll hold my weapon charge. We might get like a backstab or something that makes sense with this. We'll see, right? I don't know. We don't know what the math is gonna look like yet, but this is 13 damage right now. We have this for 16. So if Edwin can get through to attack, there's a very good chance we're gonna hit a lethal opportunity here soon. Can I kill that with the first half of the Leroy? No, it has 3 attack. Leroy's only at 3 health. That's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Vile Spine Slayer would be pretty nuts if he's going all in on this thing. Be pretty happy to see that. We could not Leroy into it though, so we'd have to Shadow Step something else. Alright, well Edwin's gonna be able to get through. Presumably. Barely. South Sea Captain does not help me much here. It's 13, 17, 21. Ooh, man. We're going to be real close to being dead, guys. We might just be dead here. If not, we might be able to sneak out a lethal. Nah, this is only 13. If this were to live, we'd have 18, so I don't think it's possible. Maybe South Sea Deckhand puts me there. Second Shadow Step doesn't help. That's just lethal, I think, on face. Does cubing horsemen work, or does it resummon 2 of the same horsemen? I would resummon 2 of the same horsemen. I think they have to be a unique horseman, is my understanding, so... I don't think that's going to be an OTK combo kind of thing. Sadly. Man, guys, we're on a tough night tonight on wins. Last night we gained just million ranks. A bajillion even. But tonight, I'm having trouble finding a win, man. Seems like everything's going against us. For whatever reason. Imagine summoning a Marin against a Warlock just for him to use Treachery on the chest. I still don't know if that'd be that terrible, because he spent 3 mana, and he still has to kill the chest, and you still have a 6/6 he maybe hasn't dealt with yet. I mean, it would... and he's running Treachery for every other game, for people who don't have Marin. And Treachery sitting in his hand until turn 8, presumably. So he's got, like, he's missing a card and missing flexibility. A lot of opportunity cost in running Treachery, essentially. It'll be fun to see, though. I'm sure it's going to happen. It'll happen day 1. Hey, Regis, what are you more hyped for, the new WoW expansion or the new Classic WoW servers? Classic WoW, I don't know that I'll play either, technically, or frankly, just because my time is so crunched all the time. But I am more excited about the Classic WoW experience, because I really, really enjoyed Vanilla WoW. Look at Regis using the new word, opportunity cost. Well, yeah, it's not really a new word to me. I think I've even written an article about opportunity cost on Tempo Storm in regards to Heroes of the Storm, and I think I have a note on it as well as a potential topic. But yeah, you did definitely put it in my brain to say tonight. That's for sure. I had a whole series of articles about psychological biases in Here's the Storm. And I have a feeling that discussing opportunity cost was one of them, but I don't remember particularly well. I'd have to look for it. Ben Brode rapped at BlizzCon? I missed it. That's something. Not usually to rap, I guess, but I'm happy Ben Brode's rapping nonetheless. Hey, 4/4s against Priest. That's pretty good. This is a nasty board. He pretty much has to have... I don't even know. What do you have on turn 4? Pint size plus horror is it? Oh. Or just, you know, Barnes garbage. That too. It's always Obsidian Statue. Arguably better than... arguably better than... Yashiraj, but not by much, in my opinion. It will kill one of the South Sea Captains, definitely. Always. It's always that one. Every time for me. Like I said, Yashiraj probably would have been worse, but I'm just stunned that it's so consistently Obsidian Statue every time. They always have Barnes on 4. I'm surprised he didn't coin it, though. He might be saving for a coin Dragonfire. Yeah. Although that's a top deck. I have a feeling one of these is also Dragonfire. Why else would you not coin the Barnes? Kind of probably was a mistake to not coin the Barnes anyway, but it's really shady. What do you think is a really underrated card? I would have to go to data to really make a claim about that. So my Death Rattle triggers first, guys. That's going to be important here. So we shouldn't really... I mean, if we Bone Mare... No, I want to kill one of these weak dudes. Let's just kill one of these small things. We don't care about these, right? Doesn't really matter whether we attack first or Kieran attacks first because, like I said, our Death Rattle triggers first anyway, so... I love that he's healed for 10. It's great. Hey, that's actually not bad. But we can't win. He hit Barnes and hit Obsidian Statue, so he's healing for a ton. An underrated card. I would go to data to determine such a thing. I would look for cards with really high win rates or deck win rates that aren't in a lot of decks, right? Or that people aren't playing a lot. Like, if you sort by deck win rate on hsreplay.net and look at cards that are in small percentages of decks, and you also make sure they have a high win rate. Like Murloc Warleader stands out right now because... But that's not really because Murloc Warleader's underrated. That's because Murloc Paladin is underrated, right? Kirin Mage kind of fits that goal. That's also because Secret Mage is underrated. Cold Light Seer actually fits that. That might actually just be that that card's underrated. Also a little bit to do with Paladin, of course, but still. Bloodsail Cultist looks underrated, but that also just comes back to Pirate Warrior, of course. Makes sense. Death Speaker looks a bit like an underrated card. Something not many people are running, but doesn't seem to compromise your deck much and maintains a good win rate itself. Counterspell. Blood Fury Potion. Bit underrated, I think. Happy Ghoul maybe underrated a little bit. It's got a decent win rate and deck win rate, and it's not in too many decks. Gluttonous Ooze. Earthen Ring Farseer. I don't know. There's a handful of cards that seem a tad underrated here. Alright, so, you know, we've made it through one legitimate threat? No legitimate threats. This is all servitudes, and one copied servitude. So obviously we lost this game about 25 minutes ago. But I'm going to make him play it out. Is your voice feeling better? No, actually. I feel like I have virtually 0 words left in my voice right now, actually. I have streamed quite a few days in a row, and been making videos on top of that, so I'm starting to run out of voice, guys. I've streamed every day since Monday and twice on Wednesday, which is, I usually get a day or two off more in between. So I'm starting to feel it. I've only missed 2 days of streaming in the last 2 weeks, actually. Streamed like 12 out of 14 days. I think it's wearing on me here. Okay. It's not a bad board, but we can win this, right? We're gonna... Yeah, Shadow Blade's what we needed. It's exactly what we needed, guys. We get the immunity from Bitter Tide, and we attack Yasharaj for 3. It's really cool. We never draw Vilespine Slayers. We haven't seen it yet tonight, especially against a big priest. Wouldn't have hurt. Skelemancer's underrated. I do play Skelemancer in one of my decks. Let's see if the numbers actually support that or not. I'm curious, because I also like Skelemancer. I wonder if the data backs that fact up or not, though. It's very underplayed. Apparently, it's not in any decks, hardly. Why is it not showing up in, like, any decks? Am I typing it wrong? I must be doing something wrong. It's not showing up at all right now. I must have a filter set that doesn't make sense. Skelemancer, there it is. Yeah, it's in 0.5% of decks. Its played win rate's a little low, though, honestly. Its deck win rate's okay, not great. I would have trouble making a data-based case that it's underrated. But I also like it. It's kind of a pet card for me at the moment. Oh boy, I'm way behind chat again. Would you rather fight a catacomb-sized kobold or 100 kobold-sized catacombs? 100 kobold-sized catacombs, I think. I mean, what's a catacomb gonna do? How does a catacomb actually fight? It's just an empty space, right? If we say they have traps and stuff, then maybe the catacombs are worse. I don't know.
Just wanted to say thank you for taking the time to do these extra streams outside of your already crazy busy schedule. You are super kind to everyone and engaging in conversation. And it's been so fun being in this community you've created. Hope you can take some time to rest up and Faye.
Rest up and feel better in the upcoming days. Thanks, Rachel. I appreciate the 1,000 freaking bits. That's crazy. Thanks for the 1,000 bits. Actually, the first bits cheered tonight, weirdly enough. That's a little bit atypical, but you guys are a little quieter. At least some of the typical cheerers are quieter. Certainly chat's still active. But appreciate it, of course, Rachel. Thank you so much for the kind words and well wishes. It's really not a burden. I hope I don't make it sound like a burden, because it's a lot of fun to stream and talk to you guys and talk about and play Hearthstone and stuff. So I don't ever, like, begrudge the opportunity, because I think it's really, really fun. But it does tend to wear on your brain a little bit, and occasionally your body as well, right? Like, it's easy to get tired sometimes streaming. So always surprisingly physically and mentally demanding. You wouldn't think it, but... Crata Hate says, sorry for the stupid questions. I just got back in Hearthstone. I haven't even seen your questions. Is Death Rattle similar to batteries? Well, that's not a dumb question, but I do not know what that means. Battery must be a keyword from a different game. I don't know what that is. So, maybe stupid, maybe not. Who knows? But really, no questions are dumb, right? That's kind of a cliche. Like, there's no such thing as a stupid question. That's probably not 100% accurate, but I think the sentiment of that statement is right, which is someone who is inquisitive and is trying to learn and improve themselves is making an intelligent choice. Is this deck Tempo Rogue? Yeah, it's... I don't really like the name Tempo Rogue for a deck like this, but I would personally call it Prince Rogue, But it is indeed that kind of deck, yeah. It's what most people would call Tempo Rogue, yeah. Has anyone ever thought about using a Neptulon and a Wild Shaman deck as a finisher with a quest or a questless Shaman deck, or with Snow Fury Giants? I haven't thought about that, Cisia, but that sounds cool. Death Rattle's the same as AA batteries. Oh, maybe he meant Battle Cries. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that makes sense. That should have been kind of obvious to see. I'm sorry. No, they operate differently. I'm sure somebody has already answered your question, but Death Rattles happen passively on the card. Battle Cries you have to activate from being played out of your hand specifically. So there is a distinction that's important to note. I guess we just Bone Marrow here, right? Just keep making big giant dudes. I don't think we want a Vile Spine yet. This one dies to Wrath and Swipe now, but that's okay, really. Kind of expect him to UI over here, but he can't really UI because he can't leave this 8-1 alive at the moment. Like, this is too punishing for him if he keeps it alive, so he needs to commit something to this, which means he can't really UI. So he needs to, like, trade and Spreading Plague again if he wants, but that'll get him killed because we have Leroy, Shadowblade. Swipe instead, that's pretty good. You must have a Wrath to finish this off, or you wouldn't go to that trouble, I don't think. Coin 7 drop Malfurion. Coin Malfurion, yeah. That's not bad. This still lives, though, which is interesting, because we can now get through all of the... we can get through all of the taunts pretty easily. I guess we'll go ahead and Vile Spine one, right? I don't see why not. Is this buff? No, we don't have... Well, you don't have to Vile Spine. We can actually Shadowblade Southsea and Edwin. That's cooler, I think. Because it leaves me with a couple big guys, right? These both trade into Spreading Plague minions. They're pretty hard for Druid to deal with, so... And it saves my Vile Spine, right? If I need to get through like a Jade Behemoth for lethal or something, we can now. We have 17, he has 14, so even if he armors up, as long as we can kill a taunt, we should have enough, right? Yeah, lines up pretty well. Anyone with bits want to do me a solid, says Yoshi. Uh-oh. This is a pretty good battery minion, guys. That battery summoned a 4/5 Bane Bloodhuff. I'm not making fun of whoever asked that, by the way. Just utilizing... Oh, Crate of Hate it was. Just utilizing the joke there in stream. I think that's pretty funny. Hey, Hollow Scene. How's it going, man? How do you think a Control Grinder Mage would fare against Tempo Rogue or Zulak? I don't really know. We can probably look that up, though. This guy is just gonna emote us to death, guys. So, Control Mage. Let's look at matchups for Control Mage. It is 41% against Elemental Rogue and 46% against Prince Rogue, so not great. Less than 50% against Prince Rogue, which sounds kind of even, but that's actually fairly low. Like it's losing a majority of the time to Prince Rogue. It's not like a terrible matchup. It can definitely win, but not something you'd probably play to counter Prince Rogue in particular. By the way, I like that HSReplay.net calls Prince Rogue instead of Tempo Rogue. I think that's awesome. Prince Rogue's worst matchup is Elemental Rogue, which is funny, because they're kind of built on the same sort of foundation. Also bad against Aggro Druid, but really not bad against anything else in the meta. There's no terrible deck for Prince Rogue, which is one of the reasons it's a good ladder deck, right? Scrotum. It's definitely how that name is pronounced. What's a death rattle? You mean batteries. Guys, it's not a dumb question. Yay or nay on the new expansion cards so far? Yay for me so far. I like them. I think there's some awesome stuff so far. I am really pro expansion right now. Do I care if Keleseth lives? Is it worth a backstab to kill Patches? I mean, if we drew up Shadowstep, we would want it to have lived. But I am okay. He might have a backstab anyway, so it's not worth it. I think there's a lot of average cards in the expansion so far, which is good, because it could be that there's just a ton of bad cards so far. I think there's been a handful of bad cards, and oh no! It actually happened. That's pretty sad. Man, we joked, and there it went. But average. If the bulk of cards are average and somewhat playable cards, that's probably a good thing for Hearthstone in the expansion. You don't want it to be on too far on either side where it's all bad cards or all amazing cards, right? And that would be bad for Hearthstone. Real bad, in fact. Okay, so we're obviously off to 1,000 times better start than this guy. He's had 3 bad turns, honestly. That can all flip in a moment's notice, though, so we don't want to get cocky here. Although this is another insane turn. So it's gonna be kind of hard to lose this one, it looks like. But again, don't want to be too cocky. We gotta... Well, gosh, with Leroy in hand as a 7-3 with Shadow Step, it is going to be hard to lose this one, honestly. Rogue is not good at answering these sort of boards either. He needs Prep Vanish, exactly. So he needs to be Miracle, which he could be. Zero's a little unusual, but it's still probably Tempo. Okay, that's getting too funny. So what's the best battery? You know, I don't know what the best Death Rattle minion is. I mean, we could look at like what's the most played and highest win rate Death Rattle minion. I don't know if that really captures what the best Death Rattle is, though. Like the purely strongest of all the Death Rattle effects. Because, you know, like for instance, Savannah Highmane's a pretty good Death Rattle card, but really not played too often right now because Hunter is rarely seen. So the most played Death Rattle right now is Aya Blackpaw, and she does have an awfully good Death Rattle. Behind her is Blood Mage Thanos, then Loot Hoarder, then Highmane, then Cairn, then Mistress of Mixtures, Kindly Grandmother, Obsidian Statue, Tyrion, N'Zoth is not a Death Rattle, but he showed up in my search, of course. Pretty good Death Rattles in that list. Pyros has a pretty cool Death Rattle. As far as the actual Death Rattle, like, it adds up a lot. Obsidian Statue actually has a pretty good Death Rattle, too, destroying a minion. Sylvanas has always had a historically good Death Rattle. I mean, Tyrion's got a good Death Rattle. Ashbringer's nuts. A lot of good Death Rattle cards. Arfis has a good Death Rattle, but he's not that great of a card. Aya has a AAA battery. Yeah, her name was a typo. It's supposed to be AAA, but they accidentally stuck the I upside. The Y is upside down. It's Aya instead of AAA. That's a great joke. Runic Egg is the best. Yeah, I agree. 100%. I wonder if Runic Egg is ever played in Constructed. Let's take a look at the data. What does HSReplay.net say about Runic Egg? It has been played 14,000 times in the last 14 days. Wow, that's actually more than I thought. It's only in 0.1% of decks. Is it played in Priest decks? Who's running this thing? No, it's being played just by a bunch of random stuff. Priest is not even number one. Paladin. Maybe there's an Egg Paladin who runs it, apparently. Maybe one guy spamming the same Egg Paladin deck over and over again. I don't know. It's very suspicious. What? Oh, that's the Swashbuckler card. That makes more sense. I was tripping out for a second there. Backstab coin SI is possible, but I don't think we need to do that yet. We can have some better turns in the future. We could actually backstab SI, Shadow Step SI next turn with the coin if we wanted. Probably just going to play Dark Reaper though, honestly, and Weapon. Especially if he weapons, yeah, it's a really slow turn. Okay, we're fine. This looks pretty good so far. Decent weapon value. We're down to 22 somehow. Jeez, how did we get down to 22 health? What happened? That stuff added up a lot faster than I thought it would, honestly.
This guy's toast.
Alright, we're getting down to 20 now. What a jerk. I guess we can kill the 3-3 and play some stuff. Okay. I don't think we're going to backstab yet. We'll just use patches. I have a pretty stacked hand for Lillian Voss, weirdly enough. It's just going to replace these with rogue spells, though, so I don't... It kind of depends on what happens this turn. Like, do I need to kill something with backstab really badly or not? Or, like, do I need to Vile Spine? Maybe I need to Vile Spine, yeah. Firefly Coin, Vile Spine's pretty good. We could save the backstab still. Okay. We can Shadow Step the Vile Spine too. You play something big. We're alright. Where does HS Replay pull its data from? From my deck tracker. HS from the Hearthstone deck tracker, which I run and other people run as well, of course. A lot of people run it, in fact. So that's where it gets it from. Is that worth the second Vile Spine for 3 mana? What else can we do? We could play a Southsea Captain. Alternatively, we could Captain plus Deckhand
We are
plus
just
Backstab.
sitting around eating Chinese and watching you like a group of morons.
That sounds great. Is Evansville Chinese as good as Marion Chinese, though? Because if you don't have... well, is it China Star? I don't even remember now. That's how terrible of a person I am. Then it wouldn't be the same, right? It just wouldn't be the same. But how's Goal doing? Hey Goal, I love you Goal. I miss you Goal. You sure do have a crap ton of gold. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's almost 5K I think right now, right? I don't... We were like 47.50 or something. It's got to be getting close to 5K. It's gonna be gone soon when the new expansion hits. I'll be buying packs. I have enough Amazon coins right now to buy... Oh, he's gonna concede, I think, here, or at the very least he will when we Shadow Step our when we Shadow Step our Vile Spine. He will. I have enough Amazon coins to buy $200 worth of packs. So what is that? Like 160 packs. I'll also be pre-ordering, so that'll be 210 packs, and then I'll probably buy the final 40 packs with gold, or 50 packs with gold, to get to 250 packs. That's the plan. This should be the concede here. Oh, I had to finish it. Okay. Kind of surprises me, honestly. But that's alright. I don't mind. Good for him for playing it out. Respect. How can someone hate Regis? I don't think... He didn't say he hated Regis. He said... he is a group of morons. Oh, he did say hates you. Oh, Gull hates you. yeah, I gotcha. I bet he does. Sorry, Gull. I still love you, buddy. I still love you. What are Amazon coins? So, there's like a whole second ecosystem of apps in Amazon Underground, it's called, and you can download Hearthstone on Amazon Underground and use the Amazon currency, which are called coins, to buy your packs. And they convert pretty directly to cash, like it's some weird amount, right? But like 10,000 coins is the same as like $100. So it's each coin's like a penny or something probably. It's much like bits actually. Same conversion rate as bits now that I think about it. So it's not normally that advantageous to buy coins, but they recently had a like 24% off sale, so you could get $100 worth of packs for $76, right? So it was, for me, since I have that set up using an Android emulator, there's guides, you can look up the guides and stuff. But essentially, it can save you money on packs if you are willing to buy your packs via Amazon Underground's app. Which it's not like illegal or anything, it's a normal thing. It's just something Amazon and Hearthstone support together. But it's basically just you use the Amazon currency to buy the packs instead of normal currency, and occasionally the Amazon currency is more efficient to use. It's actually always more efficient depending on sales tax and some other things. But it really worked out this week. They had a sale, 24% off, so it worked out beautifully. Over 100 viewers. Yeah, it's been pretty good the last couple nights for viewers. 121 right now, which is pretty awesome. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. You're getting a golden classic pack too. I'm really looking forward to opening mine. How about you? Yeah, of course. I am finally keeping golden cards now that I have a complete Hearthstone collection. So it's going to be nice to take advantage of that fact, right? And actually get to keep the golden cards from the golden pack. It's over 9,000. Well, that would indeed be a milestone. Over 9,000 would be something to remark. Oh, that's a good 5-drop. We don't really know what this mage is about yet. Probably more of a control-y mage, but this could actually still be like a secret fast mage who got off to a slow start. So he could slam like a Kirin Tor mage and a secret, and Mana Worm, for instance. It's something in the middle of that I just described, I guess. Okay. Is Mirror Entity really bad here?
Aha!
I can't kill... well, I couldn't have killed it anyway. Let's do this first, see what we get. That might change things. If I get like a more in-the-middle card to play. I don't even think Mirror Entity's that bad. I can hit it really hard if I need to, or just destroy it with Vile Spineslayer most of the time. I'm just gonna Mirror Entity. I don't care. Cool. Rewarded. Awesome. Brave. My bravery and risk-taking were rewarded. Hey, J-Trax Man, how's it going? You should do pack openings live? Yeah, I'll try to create. I wanted to for the last expansion, but I ended up having like a work meeting at exactly the wrong moment, so I wasn't able to. I got stuck not being able to do that. But I will certainly try once again in this expansion, yeah.
Here we go.
Maybe I should have put that in the middle to protect Shaku from a meteor, especially since we've already played... Well, I thought we played both captains. We've only played one captain. That was the last game. So, debatable then. I can't stop thinking about the battery joke. Nice, great. Yeah, that's your legacy now, man. You're going to be famous forever. For the battery joke. Little Betch says, I'm just going to dust all the cards I get in that pack for Leroy. Yeah, that's maybe not a bad decision, right? Oh, no! 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 It's a full-on control mage, and he has that exact thing we don't want to happen to us. No! Aww. How many wins away are you from 500 with Rogue now? Man, I don't know. 15 probably. We're not winning fast enough tonight. Ah! I just spilled a little soda. Not too much though. It'll be all right. Thankfully, in a convenient spot away from my keyboard. I'm playing with my soda bottle instead of actually drinking it. Is why. And of course, it's diet soda, so it doesn't get sticky, thankfully. I need a better napkin, though, than I have currently. Alright, we're still in a good spot. Jaina is not there yet, right? So we can hopefully pop his block and kill him before Water Elemental heals and values start to pop up. That's the goal, of course. Popping the block is going to work out fairly well right now, thanks to the Tar Creeper. I'm excited to OTK somebody with the actual treasure using Divine Spirit. Yep, that's why I think Marion is the best in Priest. Definitely. And we're already seeing the combo run in Dragon Priest a little bit, so... Whoa! That's horrifying. Guess we're going to swashbuckle for an ice block here. What on earth just happened? Oh, I can't play it, you idiot. What am I doing? Oh my god. Wow. Yep, he's gonna double fireball my face, and we're not gonna die. Staged. Shoe on head, guys. Shoe on head. So he's actually not going for lethal. So that's weird that he pyroblasted, but okay, alright. Oh, I think he was testing the secret. Ah. Ah, that was beautiful. If he has Ice Block 2, you lose. He wouldn't have had mana to break the block and Ice Block again, so I don't think we would have lost if he had Ice Block 2. Right? Like he has to kill our block and play a block, and he only had 9 mana. So double Fireball's 8. He wouldn't have had the mana to play the second block unless it was from Glyph exactly. And then even then, if he uses double Fireball, he leaves us at 6. So he has to have another way to do another 6 damage the turn after, which is kind of shaky. So I think we would have been fine no matter what. No, totally worth discussing, Grimly. I think you bring up a really interesting interaction and talking point there. It's really cool for people to think about those sorts of things and learn those sorts of things. Because there are other people in chat who would not have understood that interaction like you do. So, no problem at all there, of course. Okay, I kind of hope this is token. We have a really good hand for token druid, but not for control druid. Like Jade or Big or whatever. No wild growth on 2, though, is nice. Shouldn't get swiped here. He could have Innervate Swipe if he's Big Druid, but I don't think that's likely. Gull is really upset. We can't make him feel better. I do not believe that for 1 second. Gull is amazing. He doesn't need me to be amazing. Have you heard of the streamer Trump? Yeah, of course, great. Trump is like super famous. I know you said you're new, so I'm not like crapping on you for not knowing that. But yeah, Trump is like one of the first Hearthstone streamers and one of the most famous Hearthstone streamers. If you're around Hearthstone a long time, everybody definitely knows Trump if they've been hanging out. Even like casual, you know, he's one of the just very top ones, honestly. As big as they get, really. Still resolving this soda spilt issue. Yeah, Trump is a grandfather of Hearthstone. That's a good way of putting it, yeah. Arguably has lost popularity over the years, but that's just because when he started, he was one of the only people making content and streaming, so he had huge numbers. He's still incredibly popular and still makes cool stuff, and now he's on Tempo Storm, which is a big Hearthstone team. So he's doing fine, don't get me wrong. Just back in the day, he was one of the only ones. So you would have like huge viewer numbers on Twitch. But Trump's a great person to watch if you're new at the game, Crate. 100%. Wasn't looking but heard the audio. Did he actually swashbuckler into an ice block? Oh yeah, we did. We did indeed, MKH. And then our opponent essentially tested for the sorry, I'm thinking through this. We really, really don't want to play in the Spreading Plague, but we're going to have to a little bit, I think. I forgot what I was saying. I don't know. I'm excited for my free Legendary on Monday. Yeah, it's going to be awesome, Sethi. It's really cool that they're doing that. What did you think of the HGC Final Regis? I haven't seen it, Canthel. I don't know. Did you guys watch it? I've been too busy, dude. I've been making videos and getting videos prepped, and now this. And I had to keep Kirsten occupied. Oops, I mean the fiance occupied. Whoopsie! Forgot I was talking to 116 people, not just one. Doesn't really matter though. Way back when we really only had like Trump, Crip after a bit, we had Nox, and I want to say Firebat. Well, Firebat wasn't really making that much content originally, right? He won what was really the first official World Championship, but he came around a little later as far as like a content creator. He was really more of a pro first, and then sort of a content creator after. So I would not include Firebat in that camp, personally, but it was really, gosh, who was around way back in the day? It was Trump and Crip, and Reynad was actually already pretty popular from the beta and had started kind of the Tempo Storm stuff. A guy I used to watch was a guy called Reels. Reels was fairly popular, but he actually got a job at Blizzard designing Hearthstone cards.
Boys,
So,
make some room by the hearth, would ya?
4.99 sub from Crate of Hate, dude. Thank you, Crate. That's awesome. He does not actually have an answer to or to Leroy right now. Do I have lethal? Oh my god, do I have lethal? I don't think so. Do I have lethal, guys? Wow. Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay. Okay. Whew. Sometimes, this happens so rarely, but sometimes you just gotta slam the Leroy, right? When you had that Tar Creeper on board and you knew your Leroy was pseudo-protected, or at least a little bit, right? Like maybe Hero powers the Leroy, but at least he takes 6 damage in the process. Like sometimes you just gotta slam it and like hope for the best. And that's one of those times where it actually worked. Rita Senpai noticed me, or don't do that, J-Dog. I have noticed you though, J-Dog. How's it going? I hope it's going well. Well, that's a pretty good opening hand. Dude, stop spamming! He's alright. He only spammed a couple things that I saw. It'll be alright. Is Leroy worth crafting? Yeah, Leroy is... Let me check. Where's my crafting guide? Which doesn't officially exist yet, but does exist on my computer, at least. Let's check. Leroy is, I think, my number 2 recommendation for legendaries right now to craft. Yeah, Blood Mage Thanos is number 1. Leroy is number 2 for my recommendations. So, I think Leroy is certainly worth crafting. Reese, are you going to grind for rank 1 or just going for legend? Just legend is fine. I never try to play for the latter. I don't think I'm good enough, nor do I have the time to really figure it out. Do I have lethal? Evan, who cares? Pretty much, yeah. That's kind of how I feel about the... That's kind of how I feel about it. Have you seen the upcoming arena cards? And if so, what are your thoughts? Yeah, I watched the video with all the 27 potential new cards. Some of the ones people picked are kind of bonkers. Apparently Blizzard's going to make sure they're balanced and stuff, so they may not actually look like what we saw, which might be good because some of them were like super ridiculous. Could be very, 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 very scary. Really? We have 4, 6, 7. 4, 5, 7. I guess that's pretty good. Is that right? 4, 6, 7. I hope to God this is right. If it's not, I'm really bad at math. Hopefully it doesn't also just consecrate me. I don't know what makes Leroy so good compared to like the basic charge minions. He's just a lot of damage in a single card, right? Like the fact that you don't have, like, you could run 2 Wolf Riders, right, and get the same amount of damage and almost the same amount of mana cost, right? But or you could run whatchamacallit, the whatchamacallit, that card, the good old whatchamacallit card. You can also run Reckless Rocketeer, but she's a little bit more expensive. So he kind of fits this middle ground where it's a lot of damage in a single card, which is important because you just don't want to draw like 2 or 3 charge minions. Like, you need all those other pieces, but you need that one thing that helps you win the game, right? So in certain decks, he just makes for a great finisher. I've gotten 5k dust from doing all the dual arenas. Should I save it for the new expansion? I certainly would, Peace Whale. I think that'd be your best bet. Over 100 viewers hype. Yeah, it's nice, Imitap. It's pretty good. Leroy has lore that is A+. Well, yeah, I guess you could call it lore, technically, yeah. He has a history that's pretty funny. An origination that's pretty funny. I guess we can attack first, but I'm gonna regret this if he equalities me. Maybe. We'll see. We might not, right? Because even if he equality trades, like, he's not using that equality with a Wild Pyro. Our Peacekeeper, pretty good, though. That's not too bad. This is going to take a lot of hits here and a lot of damage. That's tough. I think we'll just play the other one, though. Maybe we'll adapt this one to give it plus attack or something. You know, give it +3 attack, and it's a little better. A 4/9, you know, is still pretty scary for somebody. What's he thinking about here? Is he going to hit this one or go face? He's probably thinking I shouldn't bother hitting this because it's going to trade into the 3/3, right? That's his thought. We might be able to punish that a little bit. Well, that's not very good. I think we're just going to play the other Bitter Tide and adapt. Let's adapt this first. +1/+1. Sure, it's a little better. Part of me wants to Vile Spine the Eldor to play around this trade, but who really cares, right? Like, we're mostly just looking to kill this guy. We have a lot of damage available in hand thanks to Leroy. This is 10 on board. This is 7 in hand. So that's already 17 out of 19. We're getting close. No Wind Fury Leroy? Well, we could have tried for that. That's true. It would have been close to lethal this turn. We could have tried for Wind Fury Leroy. If we didn't get it, it would have probably been wasted, right? Like, if we... Could have been +3 attack, too. There's quite a few good outcomes there. But the repeating 1 damage here is better than everything except exactly Wind Fury on this.
Had some tasty Mexican food with the family. Hope you've had a good dinner.
I honestly haven't had dinner, jerks. At least not one that's worth talking about. So, no. I had some leftovers, is it, jerks. I'm glad that you had a good dinner, though, man. I feel like everybody's always anxiously awaiting to find out what you've had for dinner on any given night. So it's kind of funny. Master of Disguise with Leroy is kind of cool. Plague Scientist and Dark Speaker. I think this is the shadiest thing. Like, this is the coolest, sneakiest thing we want, right? So We'll pick that. Why are my packs Pavel? I don't know what that means. You got a Paveling pack, did you? A Paveling book, excuse me. What kind of Mexican food did you have, Jerks? Like, what did you eat? Like, you know, what particular dish did you have? I should say. Don't diss leftovers; they are legit. Well, leftovers are fine. I don't have a problem with leftovers, but okay, he's taking some damage here. We could probably just Cairn hero power. Looks alright. Cairn sits up for the Bone Mirror nicely. That's extra damage with Leroy as well. As soon as we get a Shadow Step, we're like in business. The thing I didn't save myself for, or save my Vilespine for, was like a Tyrion though. You know, I killed a 3/7 taunt and took the board, so I thought it was worth it. But arguably we could have saved it for like a Tyrion. Oh my god, a Rag Light Lord, dude. Jeez. That's 24 we gotta push through now. We have 6, 13, 16, and we actually have mana for this as well. So we have 18. Like, we almost have enough damage right now to win the game. Unfortunately, we don't.
Honestly, I didn't get what I was expecting. And I'm not sure if I ordered what I actually wanted or if I said the wrong thing.
Yeah, that's actually pretty funny, Jerks. That does indeed sound like a bit of a challenge, right? Man, guys, do we want to just go face here? Like, technically speaking, this does outdamage what Rag heals, right? And if he casts like Equality Consecrate to clear the board, then we could just weapon down Rag, although we would take a lot of damage to that. Well, considering how much damage we might take, that's actually perhaps reason enough to make that trade. Just gonna take this damage while I have some spare mana, right? It gives him a little bit more incentive to clear the board, which is scary, but he might not be able to... Well, he can always attack Cairn and then clear, but of course he takes 9 to do that, so we'll see. Clear to play around Bone Mirror. I doubt this deck runs Bone Mirror, because it's a really control-oriented paladin, as you can see. Doomsayers, Ragnaros, Lightlord, that kind of stuff, so... Oh, he's gonna full clear, yeah, okay. Pretty big investment there. He's used both Pyros, 1 equality. I would... Oh, that's a good card. It's a great draw, in fact. Perfect. Perfect draw. It's just 10 damage on board that's hard for him to kill. We have 8 available here, so that's 18, and this is 20, theoretically. If he... Well, he might heal off his weapon. But we could draw more damage, too, with Shadow Steps. I saw Bone Mirror in Priest deck tonight, so I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, that's true. Jerk says, it was basically a salad on top of some corn tortillas with filling. Lots more topping than I was expecting and less filling. That doesn't sound great. As long as it tasted good, though, right? Who cares? Is he going to attack? Alright, so I think that means I don't have lethal, right? We have 10, 17, 18, 20. We're 2 damage off, guys. That sort of sucks. Right? 10, 17, 18, 20. Yeah, we're 2 damage shy here.
Here we go.
See, I can hit him to 9, and the next turn we would have not enough if he clears the board. So I'm actually going to save this one, I think. Just in case he does clear the board again and we need to, like, reload somehow. It's not likely. He's using a Consecration, a Pyro, both Pyros, and 1 equality. So he needs to have exactly, like, the other equality to trade, or the other equality plus the Consecration. Which seems kind of hard. So... Oh, that's a lot of mana. I think we're fine. Can always test Noble Sack here. He doesn't have enough to clear the board, so he should be totally fine. 100%. Oh, that's definitely going to seal the deal. There's the Noble Sack. There's the Leroy. Here's the Shadow Step on Leroy. Just go ham. He's sniping? No, I don't think so. Hey guys, we hit 25 floor. Swipe's not a good card, is it? Oh, it's a great card. Great. It's a really, really good card. Swipe it's in everything except hyper aggro, hyper fast, really, really minion based druid decks throughout the history of Hearthstone. It's basically something they always play. So guys, I'm kind of getting a little pooped here, to tell you the truth. It's been a long weekend and a long week for the streams and for the videos. So I'm thinking I might just play one last game here. Feeling a little pooped out. And I'm losing my voice, and I'm scared if I keep going I'm not going to have any voice forever for the future. So I think I'm just going to play one more wild game, and then we'll call it quits after this last wild. Oh my god, there's 146 people watching right now, and I've decided to end the stream. No! I just can't do it. I'm gonna die if I do it. Hey, Regis, how you doing? As for me, I'm feeling under the weather. Oh my god, Lando, man, I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. I feel fine, like, physically. I'm just losing my voice. And, I feel it, like, going. This morning when I woke up, I could barely talk, and after, like, drinking, you know, liquids all day, it came back. But I can feel the tickle in the back of my throat again, so it's starting to hit me. Like, I know it's on the way. Let's keep Barnes, not Sherazin. It's just, I know tomorrow when I wake up again, I'm not going to have anything left. I'll have zero voice. Worth it, though. It's been a really fun set of streams, of course. Aha! And there are almost 150 people watching as well, which is pretty nice. So thanks for hanging out, guys. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Drew the Third says, I'll give you a follow and maybe watch it in the future. Thanks, Drew the Third, man. I wonder where we rank right now on Hearthstone streams for English speakers. I always like to check that. There's not that many people watching Hearthstone right now. I'm number 5 right now for Hearthstone English streams. Zalay is number 1. Dane is number 2. DreamHack apparently is re-streaming an old tournament, and they're number 3. WoW Hobbs is number 4. And Regis right now is number 5. So thanks, guys, for... Hey, I'll take that. Free Yeti. I don't really care about her effect anyway. Yeah, let's play Shaku. Aha! Number 5, guys. That's crazy. Thank you, dudes, for watching. 5th most watched English Hearthstone stream right now. I wonder what it is if you're not English. Aha! Still nearly top 10, I think. 13th overall for Hearthstone. Crazy, guys. I can't really believe it. That's nuts. Why are you guys here? What are you doing, guys? Why are you here? So many great people to watch. Have you heard of the comedy Hearthstone YouTuber Famous Jake? It sounds kind of familiar, but I don't remember specifically who that might be now, if I'm being totally truthful with you. When will you be on next? Monday morning, back to my regular stream time. Monday at 7 a.m. It's currently 8:05 p.m. And that was Great Barnes, yeah, to get Sylvanas. I think we forced him into a bad play because he felt like he had to resolve the Sylvanas right, so he kind of made a suboptimal play in order to do that. And, of course, we have a pretty good dude here as well. Famous Jake is the top Hearthstone Cards of the Week guy. He makes the custom cards to go on Reddit? That's the only top Cards of the Week thing I know. Like the custom cards on Reddit? Guys, I really just don't watch that much, though, is the only thing. Like, I just don't have time to consume a lot of content because I'm busy making it. So, me not knowing somebody is certainly not a sign of their respective success or failures, that's for sure. Not that famous. Apparently not, no. Love that legendary deck. Yeah, this is a lot of fun deck, for sure. Stop leaving when you're peaking viewers. I can't help that. That's oh, did I have lethal? No, I don't guess so. But it's pretty good turn though, nonetheless. Peaking or peaking? Ugh, I might stay a little longer. I want to. I'm just scared I'm gonna regret it. I mean, I won't regret streaming. It's always fun to hang out, of course, but it's oh, whoa! Whoa! No, sir! What? That's kind of rude. I can't... I can actually kill this without forkill the sun. That's probably worth it. My deck is so greedy. How can anybody beat a deck this greedy? Surely you watch Kinky Hearthstone, right? Yeah, I mean, I've certainly seen those videos pop up on Reddit and stuff. I basically, whatever's on Reddit at the moment, I see. Right, but I don't, like, go out of my way to find stuff. Like, extra stuff. What happened to the 100 we had 148 viewers, and now it's 122. Almost reeks of bots, like somebody had a bot running through the streamers or something.
Better to stay healthy and rested. I accept future streams to include full force healthy Regis.
Yeah, I certainly want to try my best to stay healthy and rested. That's true. I guess we gotta go this route. I'm running out of cards right now. It's kind of bad. He's keeping up with me with this kind of value plays. Faceless Shambler and Alexstrasza together. I don't remember him having an Alexstrasza on the board, so I must really be blanking out. Oh, he didn't. He faceless manipulated my Alexstrasza. Okay. That's why you gotta watch what's actually happening. Tell everyone on YouTube to switch to Twitch. If they want to come, they can. There's a link below my face. I'm trying to save words. I'm running out of ways to talk here. That's a really good draw. Something good? No. Not very good. He's got to trade into this. This thing's still lingering around and annoying, but we can kill it next turn, hopefully with Murk-Eye. What's the best draw on my deck? Like Lich King or Rag or Boom? Probably, yeah. Lothab might be okay. Some bad draws too, though. We don't want Morose or Edwin. Well, this would be a decent turn for Edwin. It'd be a 6/6 at least. Your Reed is a secret Simple Mage any good? Yeah, it's pretty good. It's underrated. Not enough people are playing it. And by the way, Jerks, man, thanks for the bits tonight. Really appreciate it. Burning out and not being able to stream for a week will lose you more viewers than ending now will. No, I would never. I can't imagine ever finding myself in a position where I did such a thing. That would be tough. I feel fine, guys. I feel really good inside. I'm not like tired or sick or anything. Just my voice is my only concern. I feel bad, like I made everybody feel sorry for me. That wasn't my goal. That was not the intention. Wow. Guess we're not casting this turn. What a jerk. Get out of here with your small-time recruits, sir. Man, I do not have anything to do here. Like, how is this guy actually outvaluing me right now? We've drawn some real garbage. I wish we could play this to get Xeris in our hands so that it gives me a card, because I'm going to play these right now, and they are just bad. Really bad. I guess I'm going to attack into this. I don't want to attack these in, because they just die for free. Everything I've gotten is 4 health on this 4/7. It's totally disrupted my plans. Can you show your secret mage deck? I don't even know if I don't think I have one right now, Petrus. You might have to Google Regis Kelbin secret mage. I'm sure there's someone somewhere who's put it together on Hearthstone. Here, I just found it for you. Is this the one with Bittertide Hydras? That's the one I like. No, this one has a meteor. This list is really close, but I would actually switch. This is the only list I could find right there. But I would switch out that Meteor and both Water Elementals for 2 Bittertide Hydras and a Firelands Portal. In other words, you make the deck more about... how did we manage to actually draw like 2 of the worst cards in a row here? We're gonna lose this game! We haven't drawn anything. We'll get Keleseth next turn, or Bran or something useless. We won't get Boom or Rag or Lich King. I had to throw out my poor Xeris for just an extra stat line on poor old Edwin here. Is this guy also running in all legendary decks? Starting to feel like it a little bit. What's the deck list site again? Hearthstone's a pretty good one. Hearthstone top decks is a good site for decks as well. Arphis, great news. It's perfect. It's definitely going to trade into the board. So we need that to give us Army of the Dead or Doom Pact, I guess, alternatively, depending on what exactly this guy's board looks like at the time. But we'll see. See ya, Wolfblood Man. Have a good night. 13 mana, draw 1 card. Yeah, that the Loatheb small-time recruits is a great card. They need Doom Pact, I think, now. Oh, I'm dead. So dead. This was like an unlosable game, and we've just drawn like absolute morons. Just like absolute idiots. Great. We can get 4 Murlocs. That's gonna do the trick. We'll try this deck one more game, guys. One more game. I want to get a win with it for sure. Okay. I just don't know how we lost that. It seemed like we were so far ahead. And then that Faceless Manipulator, Faceless Behemoth turn was ridiculous. That swung it so hard for him. See you, J-Trex, man. Have a good night. One last game, guys. This is definitely going to be my last game, though. I am 100% gonna die of voice exhaustion. Or I probably won't die, but I'll I'll kill my voice nonetheless. Can't wait for the next expansion. The all legendary decks can have weapons included. You're right, actually. And that will make a big difference, I think, too. That will make them considerably better. That's a decent 3-4. We could coin out the Itis on 2. Let's try that. It's not a bad curve at all. What is this deck? This is kind of a meme deck, Sama, meant to just play a bunch of legendary cards and nothing else. I need rogue wins all the time, so I like to play rogue all legendary deck to end the stream. So no worries, Sama, dude. You're here now. That's all that matters to me, man. That's all that matters to me. Yeah, let's do this. And then we'll just play... We'll make him think this one matters. Use it to protect our assets, and then play Bran into Barnes. Maybe Elise, who knows. But probably Barnes. Barnes could be pretty nuts with Lich King, or Rag, or Kel'Thuzad, or Sylvanas, or Nexus Champion. That dude's big and scary. Still do Bran, though. Make him force it here. He has 3 damage, so it shouldn't be impossible for him to kill this by any means. Do wins and wild count towards the golden hero? Yeah, as long as they're in ranked, they count just fine. It's gonna SI7 agent. No, Evis. Okay. Just trade here probably. Okay. Still gonna Barnes. Well, that sucks that we just pulled a great Barnes card out of the deck. It's not bad. Gonna attack there, because that way his weapon doesn't get value. Probably Blingtron this turn. Is it bad that I want to craft the Pally quest? Well, I don't know if I'd call it great. It's not a strong card typically, so it does seem a tad risky, yeah. Oh, cool. Oh, no. No, 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 no. That's not what we wanted. Oh, cool. There you go. No, Shaku's not too bad. We'll go ahead and do this. I just want to see the card more than anything, right? Sap is really good. Against a Sludge Belcher. Maybe he just goes face. Might take a value trade here. Still good, though. You can't do much with Sap, unfortunately, though, because we have all 6-cost cards. So we'll probably Emperor first. End up sapping something else, I think. Mantis Psycho. It's a Metal Gear Solid reference, I think. He's gonna Shadow Step a Sludge Belcher. What? That is pretty intense. Huh. 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 So much for sapping the Sludge Belcher, eh? Like, what? That surprises me. Shadow stepped it. Huh. Why not just Shadow Strike and then Eviscerate? I don't... If you're gonna Shadow Strike anyway... I guess he wanted to heal the Sludge Belcher and didn't have much else in hand. I don't know. That's something, though. That's awesome. Mad respect for that. I think we'll just sap it and Sylvanas. We have... Oh my god, guys. We have both Elises in hand right now. This is like my dream come true. That's beautiful. Let's just see what gets hit, right? Like, that could change our plan a little bit. ETC. We can't combo ETC with anything, though. He already Shadow Striked once. Let's just play the Sylvanas and make him have an answer for it. Yeah, Psycho Mantis from MGS, that's right. Yeah, you got it. One of the coolest boss fights ever in gaming, I think. Rexosaurus is new to Hearthstone. Really enjoying your YouTube content so far. Thank you. Keep it up. Appreciate it, Rexosaurus. Man, thanks for stopping by and issuing some really kind words. It's really nice of you to say, man. Oh, man. Boom is just something. What a card. How did we think this card was going to be bad? Thankfully, I wasn't reviewing cards at the time. I never made a declarative statement about Dr. Boom either direction, so... Whoa! I'm gonna have so many Boom bots next turn. Holy crap. And you better believe it, I'm gonna play all of them, too. I hope he vanishes them again. I wouldn't get them all back, though, because my hand is almost full. In fact, we'd get the exact same number of boom bots as we have now. What? Okay. Oh man, that is quite a fan of knives. Deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. Take 7 plus 4. Take 11 damage to the face. Okay, I like it. You probably should have Fan of Knives the first time around, not after the vanish. Oh boy. That was something. That 11 damage to face Fan of Knives. That was tough. That many boom bots is a rare occurrence anyway. So we could hit for up to 16 and we hit 11. That's actually not too bad. That's above average, of course. 8, I guess, would be about the average. Okay, guys, I'm going to call it quits. That's a 2.5 hour stream. I think that's alright for a bonus stream. I'd like to go longer, but again, I do want to save my voice at least a little bit. But all that said, guys, thank you for the bits tonight. A total of 1,400 bits cheered, a couple hosts, a handful of new subs. Looks like about 30 plus new follows, some new subs on YouTube as well. So thank you everybody for all the love this evening. I will not be streaming tomorrow, but I'll be back Monday morning for my regular times. You can see my stream schedule below the stream in a link. It'll say view my stream schedule. Click that. It'll take you to a calendar with all the upcoming stream times. I'll also be putting out a lot of YouTube videos regarding new expansion stuff. So keep an eye on my YouTube channel. Links also below my face. If you're watching on Twitch, you'll see a big YouTube button. And I put out videos that are not just like restreamed content, but actual unique videos. So some stuff you can only see on YouTube. That said, everybody, thanks so much for the love tonight. Hope you're just as hyped about the new expansion as I am. Can't wait to talk more about it and see more cards and all that fun stuff in the ensuing weeks. And eventually get to play it in like less than a month's time, probably, or about a month's time exactly. So until then, everybody, thank you so much, as always, for watching. And until next time, game on.